It was all good just a week ago, but going into Friday's game against the Denver Nuggets, things were anything but good for the Lakers, who came into the game on a 3-game losing streak and were severely short-handed, missing 4 starters LeBron James, Hakima. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick has been making frequent references to an old Jay-Z lyric lately. To make matters worse, Jackson Hayes and Luka Doncic were held out because of the back-tack. Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith were also not available. Leave your like. Additionally, to ensure you don't miss any changes, subscribe to the channel. Only a week prior, the Lakers were playing at almost full capacity, winning 8 straight games and pushing up the standings. Now, they were frantically trying to halt their decline as injuries mounted, and they gave it their all despite being severely undermanned. The Lakers fought all the way to the end, testing the limits against the reigning champions, but a critical error in the closing seconds cost them dearly, and the Nuggets emerged victorious. The fight this bunch shown tonight makes me incredibly proud. According to Rec, we asked them a number of questions after the game, and they replied, but we were unable to end it with the game still in play. Denver relied on their dynamic pair. A well-timed pick-and-roll by Jamal Murray and Nikola forced the Lakers' defense to make a difficult choice. The Lakers had one last chance to force overtime but failed to get the ball to Austin Reaves on the inbounds play. Russell Westbrook came up with a steal and sealed the win for Denver with a dunk in the final seconds despite the team missing key players. Murray calmly drained a dagger three-pointer with seconds left after getting just enough separation. It was yet another heartbreaking moment for the Lakers, who have watched Murray deliver clutch shots against them time and time again. Almost leading the Lakers to an unlikely victory, Austin Reaves came through with one of his best performances of the season, finishing with 7 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. Dalton connected while playing in front of his hometown's family and friends. He had his best performance since November, scoring a ton of points and displaying unwavering confidence throughout the game. He attacked the rim forcefully and made shots from deep Shake Milton, which added a spark. Off the bench, the Lakers dominated the fourth quarter and even held a 3-point lead in the closing minutes, but that's when the Nugget stars took over. As he has done so many times before, Murray made the game-winning 3-pointer in the closing seconds, capping off yet another outstanding performance against the Lakers. All 5 Denver starters finished in double figures, demonstrating just how deep and well-balanced this Nugget squad is. He had a terrifying moment late in the game when he landed awkwardly on his back and head after a dunk. He stayed down for a few seconds, but was able to continue playing at halftime after being examined by the team's medical staff. When he remarked of Connect's aggressive play, I encouraged him, "If you want to shoot, shoot. I don't care if you take shots. We're going to need every single one." He is a true competitor and stepped up when we needed him to play minutes on the second night of a back-to-back, which is difficult enough. It's much more difficult to do it while experiencing wrist agony, but Reaves did just that following a right wrist injury sustained during the Milwaukee Bucks game. Reaves acknowledged that he wasn't sure if he would be able to play against Denver, but his desire to compete overcame the pain. "We know that when we're healthy and at our best, we can beat any team." Reaves said, "We went toe-to-toe against one of the best teams in the league and one of the best players in the world, and we went toe-to-toe and we had a real shot to win, but we didn't execute well in the final seconds." Head coach J.J. Redick acknowledged how much the team was depending on Reaves to lead the offense, especially with so many important players sidelined. He wasn't just expected to play nearly minutes, he was expected to handle the majority of the playmaking duties. According to Rec, he performed a fantastic job. Night's annoyance was summed up by the Lakers' final possession. With only seconds remaining, they had an opportunity to set up a game-tying jumper, but the inbounds pass was broken, resulting in a game-sealing slam from Westbrook's steal. Before the game, there is some hope despite the defeat. Rec expressed hope that a few of the team's injured players would make a comeback next week. The Lakers are on the verge of starting a vital 5-game homestand that will feature 2 consecutive sets. The Lakers' rescheduled game against the San Antonio Spurs, which was postponed in January due to the devastating California wildfires, is partly to blame for the scheduling crunch. The team will now return home with their longest losing streak of the season, 4 games in a row, and there is no clear timeline for when they will return to full strength. If Friday's performance taught us anything, it is that this team won't go down without a fight. Charles Barkley, an NBA analyst, is certain that LeBron James won't play another game for the Lakers this season. While that may sound ideal, Barkley isn't one to keep his thoughts to himself at the moment. The Lakers are merely attempting to survive, while LeBron recovers from a groin strain he sustained last weekend against the Boston Celtics. Initial reports indicated he would be out for at least weeks, but considering his age and the nature of groin injuries, recovery could take longer than anticipated. That's part of the reason why the Lakers were so relieved to bring in Luka Doncic with James. Sidelined Doncic can step up and help carry the team through this tough stretch. However, even with Doncic on board, the Lakers know they need LeBron back as soon as possible if they want to compete at the highest level. At years-old, injuries are becoming more frequent for LeBron, and as time goes on, these setbacks will likely continue to add up, no matter how well he takes care of his body. Father Time remains undefeated. The question is no longer about LeBron's skill level. He is still one of the best players in the league, but rather about how much his body can endure. At this stage of his career, when James is healthy, the Lakers are legitimate contenders for an NBA championship. He's still one of the most dominant forces in the game, capable of taking over. At any moment, his ability to score, facilitate, and control the pace of a game makes him invaluable to the Lakers system. But without him, this team is a different story. And that's exactly why Barkley doesn't see a path for LeBron to return this season. In fact, he believes James has already played his final game for L this year. He wasn't going to play anyway. LeBron's probably done for the season. I don't see him coming back. We don't need to ask his agent. That's a harsh remark, but it's not wholly unjustified. Barkley stated simply. Barkley has witnessed firsthand how injuries can derail even the best players. He knows that at this point in LeBron's career, it's not just about recovering from an injury. It's also about whether the risk is worth it. If Barkley is correct, the Lakers would suffer greatly. They have already dropped 4 straight games, and their difficulties have been apparent. The Lakers simply lack the firepower to remain competitive without their leader on the court, and the impact of his absence is undeniable. The timing couldn't be more unfortunate. The Lakers are going through one of the most difficult times in their schedule right now, facing elite teams and dealing with their own internal issues. After their recent losing streak, they are now in 5th place in the Western Conference standings, which is a dangerous position to be in, especially in such a competitive conference.